Tonight at 5, a manhunt continues in Maine for a mass shooting suspect as we learn new details about the incident.
Plus, pandemic-era child care funding will soon be gone. Wisconsin lawmakers continue to debate how to help impacted families.
You're watching News 3 now at 5. Well, get ready for the cold. Temperatures will be cooling off as early as tomorrow.
An alert day has been issued for Halloween because of the cold, which could impact trick-or-treating. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio with the details. Gary?
It's not raining right now. It's cloudy and damp out here. We've had rain off and on through much of the day, and some of that rain has been heavy, at least for short periods of time. As we take a look at the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam, gray skies overhead, but not any rain, at least right over our station. To the west, the Platteville Queen Radio Skycam showing just a little peak of sunshine between the clouds. Otherwise, it's mostly cloudy there, too. You can see some showers up toward La Crosse, some showers down into northern Illinois, but much of southern Wisconsin is precipitation-free. 6-hour future track radar shows the possibility for some showers or even an isolated thunderstorm. Again, popping up more mid to late.
Well, I guess Gary is complete. We lost his audio there. We'll get back to Gary for his complete forecast in just a few minutes. Now to the situation unfolding in New England. We have continuing coverage of that mass shooting in Maine. At least 18 people were killed when the gunman opened fire inside a bowling alley, also a restaurant.
Police are still looking for the suspect. Brady Mallory joins us now with an update. Brady?
Well, right now, residents in several communities are sheltering in place as the search continues for 40-year-old Rob Card. Newly released surveillance images show the moments the shooting began. Police say the gunman first went into a Lewiston bowling alley that was hosting a children's bowling league night. He then traveled to a restaurant about 4 miles away, killing more than a dozen people and injuring another dozen.
I never thought I'd grow up and get a bullet in my leg. Like, why do people do this?
My son actually, because he's manager of the bar and everything else, picked up a butcher knife and went after the gunman to try to stop him from killing other people. And that's when he shot my son to death.
Investigators say the suspect is a military-trained arms instructor and suffers from mental health issues. He was committed to a mental health facility over the summer and has threatened to shoot up a National Guard base in the past. The suspect is facing 8 counts of murder so far. As the investigation continues, President Biden has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff nationwide in honor of the victims.
Brady, thank you. Federal child care funding was a lifeline for child care providers during the pandemic, but it's set to run out this year.
And President Biden this week called for emergency funding to keep the program afloat. Political reporter Will Keneally sat down with a Wisconsin lawmaker on what this means for us here in the Badger State. Will?
Well, childcare has been a dominating issue for us here in Wisconsin. Lawmakers in our state capital have been debating for months now whether to use state dollars to fund that federal program when those federal funds run dry. But everybody agrees it's an industry that needs to be supported.
No matter where I travel, I am hearing dire situations.
For many areas of Wisconsin, childcare is hard to come by, and that has far-reaching impacts on the economy.
We really need to step up and make sure that we have the type of investment in our childcare system that allows parents to be in the workforce.
Wisconsin's Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin is joining the Biden administration's call for Congress to pass emergency funding on a series of domestic priorities, including childcare. That federal funding has done a lot to keep childcare centers afloat, and many are clamoring to keep the program going.
For the longest time, there were no group childcare facilities in the entire county. That has changed now in the last 18 months.
There were even some discussions of using state dollars to support the program.
Hard to make sure that we continue to have funding for early childhood, because if we fail in that effort, we're going to be failing kids, and we don't want to see that happen.
Wisconsin's Democratic governor used some remaining federal pandemic funds earlier this month to put money toward the program, which provides direct aid to child care centers. But advocates say there needs to be a long-term fix.
Because it won't be enough. Right now, we are seeing child care centers close. We are seeing teachers leave the profession because they're so underpaid.
Now, Congress will still have to pass that Biden administration request, but Congress will be embroiled in federal government shutdown talks next month. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. Now to an update from Watertown. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is releasing the name of the police officer who shot and killed an armed man last week. James Simon shot and killed 30-year-old Justin Witten on October 18th in a parking lot on Tower Drive. Simon was wearing a body camera at the time of the shooting. He was put on administrative leave. Police had been searching for Witten after reports that he damaged a Watertown apartment. When officers approached him in the parking lot, he allegedly turned towards them while holding a gun. They say that is when Simon opened fire. Milwaukee police say the body of a 5-year-old boy who had been missing since Wednesday was found in a dumpster this morning. Prince McCree was reported missing Wednesday afternoon. Police say they do suspect foul play. A 27-year-old man and a 15-year-old boy were arrested. McCree was last seen by his mother at their home Wednesday. His body was found about a mile away.
UW-Platteville is laying off over 100 employees, attempting to balance a $9 million budget deficit.
The school is one of many in the UW system to face budget cuts and downsizing this year. Our Braden Ross got some reaction from officials in Platteville today. Braden?
Yeah, UW-Platteville has been one of the largest employers in the city of Platteville for years, but the connections between the campus and the community go far beyond just jobs. The school is a cornerstone of the city, and city leaders tell me many in the community have strong ties to the university. Common Council President Barb Dowse says this means that the layoffs will hit the area hard, but she says the community is prepared to support each other.
We have a strong family, and so I think our family will pull together, and that we'll figure this out, and that we will take care of each other, and that by taking care of each other, we will take care of our community and our city.
Earlier this month, the Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman urged schools across the system to reevaluate the future of their campuses. The announcement caused UW-Oshkosh to cut over 200 employees, and UW-Platteville Richland was permanently closed. Coming up tonight at 6, I'll have more from Platteville leaders on what the cuts mean for the community.
We will see you at 6, Braden. Thank you. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is escalating as Israel's prime minister confirms preparations for a ground offensive targeting Hamas. Laura Aguirre has the latest on the deepening conflict and a warning. Some details and images in this story are graphic.
Is seeking out terrorist hiding positions that they could be trying to set up an ambush for our forces.
The Israel Defense Forces are calling their overnight tank raid into northern Gaza preparation for a larger military offensive. When that will happen, still unknown, as is the fate of more than 200 hostages, including Americans, still held by Hamas. Well over 1 million civilians are displaced. Many have little to no access to shelter, food, water, or medicine.
Assistance must be able to flow into Gaza. It means humanitarian pauses must be considered.
While the international community pressures Israel for a pause, its plans for a ground incursion are underway.
When we go into Gaza, in the continuation of the fighting, we will exact the full price from the murderers.
Humanitarian agencies are sounding the alarm about conditions in Gaza. A key issue, the lack of fuel, which Israel is blocking from entering Gaza over fears Hamas will use it to launch more attacks. The main UN agency in the area says it will have to halt operations within hours if fuel is not delivered.
We're being pushed to the brink. We are still hopeful that an urgent shipment of fuel does come in so that we're not forced to stop humanitarian services and assistance to people in need.
The world community really needs to pay attention to this. We have got to get in there so we can help these people so they don't die.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Now, Israel has said it restored the water supply to Gaza in mid-October, but Gaza water authorities say they are unable to verify that because there's no electricity to run a pumping station.
Time is running out for Congress to pass critical pieces of legislation and avoid another possible government shutdown. A bipartisan group of lawmakers, including new Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, met with the president at the White House today to talk about his proposed bill to spend more than $100 billion on Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and border security.
President Putin is not giving up on his aspirations to take all of Ukraine. And as long as Russia continues its brutal assault, we have to continue to support the Ukrainian people in their self-defense.
Now, there is growing opposition to Ukraine funding by some House Republicans who are calling for a separate vote on the issue. Speaker Johnson wants Congress to pass all 12 funding bills to keep the government open, but he acknowledges a short-term spending bill may be needed. That's something conservatives in the House have previously opposed.
Prosecutors are arguing for a gag order in former President Trump's 2020 federal election subversion case, saying that he is targeting potential witnesses. Special counsel Jack Smith's team urged a federal judge to reinstate the gag order, citing Trump's social media posts railing against a potential trial witness, his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Meadows has received immunity in the case. He reportedly told investigators he did not believe the 2020 election was stolen and thinks Trump was dishonest in claiming victory.
Gary will have our complete forecast. That's next at 5.
Plus, striking UAW workers have reached a tentative deal with a top automaker. Details on that after the break.
Another down day for the markets. The Dow off more than 251 points. The Nasdaq loses almost 226. S&P 500 down about 50. And we'll be right back.
It's A1 Furniture's anniversary sale with up to 44% off store-wide and 44 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
The Madison Club. Elegance reimagined. Excellence redefined. Amazing cuisine. Iconic spaces. Join the Madison Club. Featuring premier event venues, stunning lake views, with golf and travel club privileges worldwide. New member specials available.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with iCare's dual eligible special needs plans. Our members get $1,800 per year with a card that's loaded monthly to pay for items such as eligible groceries, over-the-counter items, rent, and utilities. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Call us today, and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi at an amazing value.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-948-4999.
And this is big. Ta-da! Zumo Streambox.
Now add Spectrum TV to upgrade to Spectrum One Stream and get a Zumo Streambox free for 12 months.
It brings together all the entertainment I want in one place. And this voice remote lets me search across live TV and my favorite streaming apps so I can find exactly what I want, fast and easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Zumo Streambox for 12 months. Call 833-948-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
My hot take, this is like nothing you've used before.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's anniversary sale. Save up to 44% off name brand mattresses and get 44 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
As universities of Wisconsin struggle under budget deficits, UW-Platteville lays off over 100 positions. We examine how this change will impact the school's ability to educate and its effects on the surrounding community. What this could mean for other UW branches. Tonight at 6.
10 years ago, a photographer and his stately subject captured our hearts.
Now I'm traveling back to Platteville for the rest of the story.
Learn how a chance discovery is ensuring the heart of that tree lives on. Tonight at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Even though the public health emergency for Mpox is over, CDC advisors voted unanimously to recommend vaccination against it for those at high risk. Men who have sex with men and other high-risk individuals are urged to get 2 doses of the vaccine. Over 30,000 Americans were infected with Mpox during the 2022-2023 outbreak. 55 people died. According to the CDC, most of those infected were gay men. It's almost time for a time change. That could literally cause headaches for some people. You'll have to turn your clocks back an hour when daylight saving time ends November 5th. An expert from the University of Southern California says that's hard on the body and could cause migraines in some. Other issues include seasonal affective disorder and sleep cycle disruptions. To help, doctors suggest exercise or time outdoors in the morning.
There's been a breakthrough in the UAW's 41-day strike against top automakers. Chris Van Cleve tells us UAW and Ford have reached a tentative contract agreement.
We told Ford to pony up, and they did.
UAW President Shawn Fain delivered a video message to Ford workers late Wednesday, saying their 6 weeks on the picket lines made the tentative agreement possible.
We send this contract to you because we know it breaks records.
Union leaders say the 4.5-year deal includes a 25% wage increase with cost of living adjustments and improvements in retirement benefits as well as job security. Previously, the big three automakers were offering a raise of 23%.
UAW members at Ford will receive more in straight general wage increases over the next 4.5 years than we have over the last 22 years combined.
It's an unambiguous big win for the UAW.
Still, auto economist Patrick Anderson says the economic losses from the strikes are now more than $9 billion and growing.
You know, without question now, GM and Chrysler are going to be pressured to agree to substantially the same terms.
Chris Van Cleve, CBS News.
The UAW says having Ford employees return to the assembly line as the tentative deal is approved will put pressure on GM and Stellantis to match that offer. Let's get a check on the weather now. Dreary day today, but still relatively mild, but changes are coming, right, Gary?
Yeah, we've been on the warm side of this storm system so far, and this is rain just over the last 24 hours from Rain Vision rainfall estimates, and generally about a 1 to 2 inch rainfall from Madison southward and about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch north of Madison. Also an area of about 1 to 2 inches closer toward La Crosse. Over the last 4 days, though, you add it all up, and most of southern Wisconsin saw about a 1 to 2 inch rainfall. A few pockets, like just south of Madison, may have picked up over 2 inches of rain. But up to the north, it's been a different story. There's been a lot of rain from southeastern Minnesota through central Wisconsin. Many areas between 3 and 6 inches of rain, and there are some rivers that are above flood stage, but fortunately, you know, we could tolerate it just because of the fact that we were in a drought for most of the summer. Now we're starting to play catch up on precipitation. Right now, some light showers south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. Most of our viewing area is precipitation free. Some showers up to the north and north of La Crosse are heading up into central Wisconsin. A little wider radar perspective, though, shows more showers to our south and west. So we're not done with the rain. It's just will become more spotty. Can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm, but we're not seeing much in the way of any lightning around here. But as we take a look at 6-hour future track radar, you can see those spotty showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm popping up at some point during the evening hours, and that will continue into tomorrow morning before the cold front comes through. So additional rainfall, probably in the 1/10 to 1/4 inch range, unless you get caught underneath a heavier shower or thunderstorm or that area of more concentrated rain north of La Crosse that's heading up into central Wisconsin. But as far as weather records are concerned, we still have the potential to set a record for the warmest low temperature for today. Our low temperature so far 60 degrees, and the warmest low temperature 60 degrees set back in 2000. And so as long as we don't fall below 60 tonight, and before midnight, and I don't think we will, we'll at least set one record over the last 3 days. 3 things you need to know, though. We have showers in the forecast through tomorrow morning, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Then it turns colder by tomorrow afternoon, or later tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon, and by the weekend, Saturday night into Sunday, we could even see a few flurries, and we're still looking at unseasonably cold weather for Monday, Tuesday, Halloween, and Wednesday. We do have a first warn weather alert day in the forecast for Halloween. They added some flurries back into the forecast, but the big story is that it's just going to be very cold for the trick-or-treaters. Temperatures in the middle 30s, so you're going to have to bundle them up this year. Go for comfort rather than style, at least as far as keeping kids warm. Still, a winter storm up in the northern part of the Midwest, heavy snow from parts of Montana into North Dakota, and even winter weather advisories as far south as Nebraska. But we're on the warm side of the system. Everything in the form of rain here, snow to the north and west, but as that colder air starts to move in, we will see at least some flurries mix in later on this weekend. As we plan your evening, look for mostly cloudy skies. Again, The first part of the evening probably dry. As we head toward midnight, maybe a couple of spotty showers or an isolated thunderstorm. Temperatures, though, staying nearly steady in the middle, low to mid 60s. But notice the wind shift by early tomorrow morning. Those winds starting to shift already in the western part of the area, and that will bring in the colder air. Planning your night, temperatures nearly steady. 63 for the low of Mount Vernon, 63 in Marshall, 63 in DeForest. Again, showers, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm. 65 for the low in Janesville, 59 in Camp Douglas, and 61 in Wautoma. Tomorrow, a transition day. 66, but that'll be early in the day. It'll be breezy and turning colder, mainly morning showers, and during the afternoon, those temperatures falling off. Additional rainfall, probably a tenth to a quarter of an inch in most areas, unless you get caught under a heavier shower or thunderstorm. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Saturday back down to 44. Afternoon showers will mix with flurries Saturday night into Sunday. Sunday's high only at 41. Very chilly for the first part of next week. Highs upper 30s Monday and Halloween. Even a couple of flurries on Halloween itself. And then look for those temperatures to gradually rebound back into the upper 40s to lower 50s by next weekend, maybe a couple of rain showers at that point. As we check out first warn traffic right now, not seeing too many problems out there. Beltline looks pretty good, not seeing any issues there. I-39, 90, 94, East Washington Avenue, all moving pretty much to the close to the posted speed limits. 14-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. 18 minutes from Sun Prairie inbound to downtown. That same trip, 18 minutes outbound. Westbound on US 12 from Middleton to Sauk City takes you 15 minutes. And from the Beltline to Janesville on I-39, 90, it's a 23-minute commute. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Once predicted to fall into a recession by some, still to come at 5, how the U.S. economy is faring now and how Americans are spending. That's just ahead.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It'll be a night of laughter and fun. It's the Bob and Tom Show Comedy Tour with comedians Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Jeff Oskey. Performing live Saturday, November 4th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. With Dean Health Plan, you can get the coverage you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. That includes medical, hospital, and prescription coverage with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits, plus extra benefits like comprehensive dental and savings on over-the-counter pharmacy items. Call 1-855-822-6173 now to request your free Dean Health Plan guide. Dean Health Plan, right here with you.
Lately, we've all had to do more with less. At Chevy, we just want you to do more. So we continue to make affordable vehicles like high-tech SUVs, our most capable trucks, and the most affordable EV in America. It's how Chevy helps you do more for less. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $299 a month. Or get 2.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models when you purchase.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original windows. Bone chiller.
Folks, there's no need to be afraid of old windows.
Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year.
Buy one window, get one free ends Halloween. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Mortgage rates continue their upward trend last week amid stronger than expected economic activity. Freddie Mac data shows the 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 7.79% in the week ending October 26. That's up from 7.63% the week before. A year ago, it was just over 7%. Recent numbers mark the 7th week in a row mortgage rates have continued to climb toward 8%.
Well, earlier this year, economists predicted a possible recession.
Since then, the economy has done the exact opposite. And Michael George explains why.
Whether it's a meal at a restaurant, a big-ticket concert, or a new car, Americans are more willing to buy. Consumer spending drives the economy, and that's reflected in a new report showing the gross domestic product jumped 4.9% during the third quarter this summer, way up from the first two quarters. Part of the reason is an increase in luxury spending. The travel company Black Tomato curates high-end vacations that can cost anywhere from $10,000 to six figures.
We had our best sales year last year historically, but we've already sort of beat those numbers this year, and the desire for travel is just booming.
The spending spree happened despite inflation and high interest rates. But now there are signs the red-hot economy could be cooling down.
I think the expectations are for a much slower growth rate in the fourth quarter.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says growth is expected to return to a more normal level of around 2%.
Although we are seeing consumers still spend on certain things, there is a pullback afoot.
Part of that pullback, the nearly 30 million people with federal student loans who now have to resume payments, reducing their spending power.
We've got student loans restarting. We have people who are paying more for their car loans. We have people who have adjustable rates on their credit card bills.
Higher interest rates could also lead to less spending. The Federal Reserve meets again next week and will decide if another rate hike is needed to help cool the economy. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
We'll get a final check on your First Warn forecast when we return.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is inviting you to spooktacular savings this October. Get 4-piece laundry packages at just $36 a month. A Mana gas range for just $8 a month. Plus 72 months special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Brighten up your workspace with a new work light from Smart Electrician. This 10,000 lumen LED work light is portable, super bright, and weather resistant. Get it now for $49.99 after rebate. Loctite power grab adhesive is high strength, paintable, and reduces the need for clamping with 0-second instant grab. A 9-ounce tube of all-purpose construction adhesive is only $2.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Lots of insurance companies make promises about how much you can save if you switch over to them. Well, here's our promise. With the West Bend policy, you can save everything, every memory, every detail, everything you've worked so hard for. Once it comes time to actually make a claim, a cheap insurance policy can really cost you. Why not protect everything that matters with a policy from West Bend? Because the worst brings out our best.
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
The next generation of streaming is here.
Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this fall. Only at Ashley's Spooktacular Savings Event. Everything must go. Save as much as 60% store-wide, plus low monthly payment options. Only at Ashley.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, urgent manhunt. Police across New England are looking for the alleged gunman in the mass shooting. The 40-year-old U.S. Army reservist is said to be armed and dangerous. We have the latest details from Maine. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And tonight at 6, a story 10 years in the making, how a Platteville man's photography journey and legacy with a tree still lives on. Many of you might remember that story. We want to say goodbye to a special member of our team tonight. Hannah, our 5 o'clock producer, is moving on from us here. We will miss her. She's done a great job producing our 5 o'clock news for Susan and I alongside us for the last couple years.
Oh, I hate goodbyes.
Yeah.
It's so hard to lose good people. Hannah, you've done such a great job, and we're going to miss you so much. But I know bigger and better things are ahead for you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I thank her for
there she is. That's a live picture of her.
Best of luck to you, Hannah. Thank you so much
we'll
for being
miss you, Hannah.
A member of our team. And Gary, one quick final check of the forecast.
Yeah, if she does her job, she'd tell me how much time we have.
Wow. Gary's hard at the bitter end.
There we go. A live view from the Madison and Platteville Queen Radio sky cams. Mainly cloudy, not a lot of rain out there, just some showers heading up toward Monroe, maybe eventually toward Madison. Hannah's last night will probably not be a wet one, at least for now.
Oh, that's good news.
Hannah, best of luck. We'll see you in 30 minutes on News Now at 6.